back. This is Claudia once again. Thank you for taking time to spend with me, to spend with yourself here in your journey and your practice. A special sacred time that you get to spend with your mat and yourself. And I'm honored to be a part of your journey today. We are going to focus on our upper body today. We're going to stretch it out and also strengthen it. So we're going to have a combination of both and just enjoy ourselves. Oftentimes we don't enjoy ourselves enough. We don't have enough fun. So really bring in your smile, bring in your child, your inner child that's inside of you today for your practice. And we open up our heart center and stretch it out too. So let's get started today in a child's pose. Balasana. We're gonna take our knees far apart, as wide as the mat. Your big toes touch behind you, and from here we sink down to the earth. Your forehead relaxes down. As you let your forehead rest on the earth, feel your third eye activate itself with the earth beneath you. Allowing energy to flow through your crown, all the way through your hips, all the way through your toes and fingers. Breathing life into this moment. And as this is child's pose, perhaps here connect with your inner child, perhaps one of your favorite memories or anything that may come up here. Be the observer of what shows up for you. And for what that taught you. Maybe you'd like to stay as you are. If you'd like to add on to this child's pose, maybe crawl your fingertips towards the top of the mat. Maybe wiggle in your chest and your hips, finding some more length here. Before we bend through the elbows, press the palms together and take the thumbs towards the back of your neck, or maybe you prefer the hands resting on each other. If you're here, perhaps walk the elbows a little farther forward towards the top of the mat, just to give you some more room so that your heart can melt towards the earth, especially when you exhale. From here, we set our intention. What brought you to your mat today? Taking a couple more grounding breaths. If your hands were joined together behind you, gently start to release them back to the earth. From here, we're going to gently start to walk the hands over towards the right hand side. Maybe you step off your mat, and maybe that left hand goes on top if you'd like. From here, your heart melts down, your hips sink down. We're opening up our lats. We're breathing in our intercostal muscles. Just letting the breath do the work. From here, next inhale brings you back through center. And we slowly exhale back in our child's pose. From here, other side. Gently start walking the hands now over towards the left. Maybe the right hand goes on top. And just letting the entire body melt here. Noticing how this opposite side now feels. Give your rib cage permission to expand as you breathe. On the next breath in, we come back through center. And exhale back in our balasana. From here, when you're ready, inhale, rise up to your hands and knees. From here, we're going to draw the knees underneath the hips, and we're going to find our puppy pose. So for our puppy pose, we're going to extend the hands out in front towards the top of the mat, and simultaneously let your heart sink down as you exhale. Hips stay up. You can take your chin down or your forehead, whichever feels best for you. Feel the backs of your toes lightly pressing on the earth, keeping you grounded in your lower body. Notice the opening in your heart, your chest, your shoulders. And again, on the exhale, imagine your heart sinking towards the earth. One more breath here. When you're ready, we're going to release, walking the hands back towards our body underneath the shoulders. From here, maybe wiggle and shake in your tabletop position. Take the shoulders away from the ears. We're just going to invite some gentle movement into our vertebrae. So just inhale and find your cow pose as you arch your spine. And on your exhale, round through the spine for your cat. Just a couple rounds here at your own pace. Allow the rhythm of your breath to take you as you breathe in and arch. And as you exhale and round. One more round at your own pace, at your own rhythm. And from here, we neutralize our spine. And from here, we're going to release our forearms down to the earth. We're going to grab onto opposite elbows to measure out the distance. From here, make sure that your shoulder is tracking your elbow. And from here, we'll release the hands to the earth like the number 11. From here, we're going to find a forearm plank. So from here, the feet step back, one foot first and then the other. We're having a hollow position here. So imagine someone punched you in your stomach. Really engage your abs here. Squeeze your glutes. Really press the earth away from you. And when you're ready, release your knees, release your hips. We find a Sphinx pose here. Shoulders away from the ears, your toes relax. And we're shining our heart open here. Notice how it feels like now to relax your hips on the earth. Maybe grow a gentle smile. One more deep breath, fully present for the breath in, fully present for the breath out. From here, we're gonna release the entire body to the earth. We're gonna extend the arms out like if we're giving the earth a hug, and from here, the right ear settles down to the earth. From here, we're gonna take that right arm that you can't see, and we're just gonna give it a quick gaze and take it to a 90-degree angle. So notice your right shoulder tracking your elbow and your elbow tracking your wrist, your fingers spread. So you wanna make that L shape, that 90-degree angle. And from here, that right ear can now relax now that that hand is in place. The hand that you can see, we're gonna take it underneath the left shoulder. From here, elbow hugs in, and we slowly start to open up our hearts towards the side. Maybe that top leg comes down. Maybe if you'd like, that opposite hand goes behind your back, but that right hand is nice and grounded in that 90-degree angle. And you find the variation that speaks to you here. This can be quite an intense stretch. So find what feels uncomfortable but not painful. We never want to feel pain precisely, but discomfort, it is part of the journey. So find that place that feels right for you, where you're stepping out of your comfort zone, but you're doing it safely at the same time. One more breath in your variation. From here, your heart melts back down to the earth, and so do your hips. From here, now we switch sides, but before switching sides, we're going to take a quick locust pose. So interlacing the fingers behind you, right thumb over left first. From here, inhale, open up through your heart. Imagine that your shoulders want to come towards your feet, and so do your knuckles. Maybe you lift your feet. Shine your heart towards in front of you and the crown of the head towards the sky. And slowly melt back down to the earth. Relax your hands, relax your shoulders. Take whichever ear you'd like to the mat. We're in downward facing Shavasana here. And just enjoy feeling your belly hit the earth as you breathe. Staying fully in the present. Letting go of what we have to do, but just how we feel right now. From here, if you'd like, now coming for the other side, taking our gaze forward. Now this time as we interlace our hands, left thumb over right. When you're ready, shine through your heart, shoulders away from the ears. You still want to be breathing here. This can be a little bit difficult to breathe because your belly's pressing on the earth, but use that connection with the earth to help you breathe. Use it towards you instead of against you in a way. Maybe lifting through the feet. Maybe smile, you got this. And slowly we release back down. From here now, we extend the arms back like if we're giving the earth a hug, and the left ear settles itself down. From here, we're just gonna take a quick glance to that left hand to take that variation where we bend through the elbow and make sure that our shoulder is tracking our elbow and our elbow is tracking our wrist in that 90-degree angle. Once we have that in place, you can let that left ear finally relax. And from here, right hand goes underneath the right shoulder so that it can help you open up, pressing through that hand. Maybe that top leg comes down, maybe not. Maybe that hand goes behind you, or maybe it stays resting now that you opened up. However you choose, just breathing into your variation. The side might feel a little bit differently. I know I sure do feel a difference. So just notice how it feels. No judgment. One more deep round of your breath. And slowly from here, we melt the whole body back down to the earth. From here, we're gonna take our chin parallel to the earth, and we're gonna take our hands wide by our sides. Maybe even step off your mat if you'd like. Think about your elbow tracking your wrist here. Whatever that means to you, however far distance. From here, we come onto our fingertips. Inhale, open up through your heart. And exhale, melt down. Inhale, roll through your spine, through your heart. And exhale, release. One more time, inhale, open up. And then exhale, we let it go. From here, we're gonna take our hands underneath our shoulders, gently press up, and we're gonna find our down dog. So from here, our toes tuck, our lift, hips come up, and from here, we have 50% of our weight in our upper body and the other 50 in our lower body. From here, inhale, come up to your tippy toes, and exhale, melt them down. Inhale, rise back up to your tippy toes, and exhale, release it down. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, heels down, heart back. From here, we're gonna take the feet together behind us, and from here, right leg comes up. Bend through the knee, open up through the hip. Think about tracking your right knee towards your left glute. Really activating all the way through our toes, and from here we step that foot in between the hands. From here, lower your back knee down, untuck your toes. We're gonna rise up and find cactus arms. Taking the arms out to 90-degree angles. Really shine your heart open, sink into your hips, giving our hips some love too. From here, invitation to interlace the hands behind you, right thumb over left. Shoulders away from the ears, and from here, we take a variation of a humble warrior, melting the crown of the head down towards the earth if you'd like. Still with that shoulder rinse and really pressing through that top foot that's in front of us. From here, we're slowly gonna release, rising back up, coming back into our cactus arms, taking them back out to 90-degree angles, shining our heart towards the sky. When you're ready, hands settle down to the earth. We tuck our toes behind us, activate our leg, and sweep that right leg up to the sky, one-legged down dog, before gently releasing that foot down to earth, back to your down dog. From here, feet come together, and we go towards that other side. Inhale, left foot comes up, bend through the knee, open up through your hip, really sending that knee up to the sky, the foot over towards the edge of your mat. From here, that foot comes in between the hands. From here, the back knee releases, Anjaneyasana, low lunge with those cactus arms rising up, taking them to 90-degree angles, staying strong in our neck. From here, we're gonna interlace the hands behind us if you'd like. Left thumb over right. Shoulders away from the ears, shine your heart open first, and then on your exhale, leading with your heart and then with your head, as we should in life, we bow here in our humble warrior. Notice yourself grounding through that top foot. That knee that's in front of you is hugging in towards your body, keeping you balanced. From here, press through your feet, rise back up, cactus arms. As you release, take them back to those 90-degree angles. Shine your heart open. Maybe grow a smile here. And when you're ready, hands settle back down to the earth. Frame your foot with your hands. Tuck your toes, lift your hips.
Send that left foot back, one-legged downward facing dog, really driving through your heel or through your toes. And then from here, back to your down dog. Feet step, hip distance, and when you're ready, lower the knees down. Untuck your toes. From here, we're going to take the forearms down to the earth, but making sure that we grab onto opposite elbows to make sure that we're at the right distance here. We're gonna prep ourselves for dolphin pose, so it's very similar to down dog, but on your forearms, which is great if you have wrist problems, or if your wrists are a little weaker and you wanna get them more grounding in a sense. Just make sure that your shoulder's tracking your elbow, and then we come for that number 11. When you're ready, we're gonna come onto that dolphin, just like down dog, lift the hips, send the heart back. You might find yourself on your tippy toes even more than in your down dog. That's normal, but still send the heart back here to help you find some balance. From here, if you'd like, feet together behind, right leg comes up. If you'd like to practice for a forearm stand, you can slowly lead with that foot that's floating, that right foot, and take a little hop with the opposite foot that's grounded. Finding your play here, if you'd like to play. And then slowly we release back down when you'd like, and we come for child's pose when you're ready to take a little break. Knees come out to the side, toes come together, and we ground back down to the earth. Connecting back with that intention that we walked in with. When you're ready, rising back up to your hands and knees, drawing the knees underneath the hips. Maybe fixing your shirt like me if I have to. When you're ready, we're gonna come back. This time, again, making sure that we grab onto opposite elbows. Everything is nice and stacked before we settle the hands to that number 11. We're gonna rise the hips up, send the heart back, find that dolphin pose. From here, if you'd like to play feet together, left leg now comes up. And again, driving through that floating foot, making sure that it's not dead weight as we perhaps take some hops with the grounding foot. However you'd like to play. And then slowly we release back down to the earth. This time, we're gonna come on our hands and knees. Finding our tabletop position, shoulder over wrist, hips over knees. From here, inhale, right arm goes up. Open up your heart, maybe take some circles with your wrist. Maybe about 3 or 4 circles in one way and the other way. And when you're ready, thread that hand. Take the shoulder down to the earth, give it some love. Maybe the opposite hand extends out if you'd like. Really relaxing here as we let that right ear melt, the shoulder relaxes, even your fingertips relax here. Just let your breath take care of everything. When you're ready to release, left hand goes next to your face. Press through that left hand to help you send the right hand back up before melting it down. Other side now. Inhale, left arm comes up, open up. And then exhale. Well, first taking those circles. Ooh. Think about 3 or 4 in one way and in the other way. I would have been like at 3 in the morning, oh my God, I forgot to do that.
When you're ready here, now we thread. Melt the left shoulder down, the left ear down, the opposite hand as you wish. I'm just really here now, relaxing into the left shoulder. Enjoying your breath, maybe even just having a smile on your face, just so that you can enjoy that good energy that the smile naturally brings. And when you're ready here, we're going to take our time to release. Taking the right hand next to our face, pressing through it so that the left hand now can come up as we open up through our heart center. And then melt the left hand back to earth. Yeah. From here, we're going to settle the hips over to the knees over to one side and the hips over to the other, just so that our legs can extend out forward. We're going to extend the legs out here in front of us. Make sure you can feel your hip bones. We're just going to take a nice forward fold. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bow to yourself. Shoulders relax. Sometimes we can tense up trying to reach for your toes, but we want to relax more than create more tension. So if you feel like that drive is actually creating more tension in your body, soften through your shoulders. And find the depth in your breath. That's where the magic lies. When you're ready, we're going to rise back up. Walk your hands back closer towards your body. Shoulders away from the ears. From here, inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, right hand goes back, left hand goes forward. Take your gaze back with you. If you'd like to add, you can bend through that right knee. Grab onto the outer edge of your right foot. And from here, maybe that knee stays bent, or maybe you extend through that leg, but still keeping our gaze back so that we can keep that even twist throughout your spine. Notice the bottom leg grounding you down, giving you some support too. And when you're ready, slowly, if you have that foot, we're going to bend back through that knee to release it down and inhale our hands up to the sky and then exhale them to your heart. Yeah. When you're ready, other side, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, left arm goes back, right arm goes forward. Take your gaze back with you. If you'd like to add, bend through that left knee. Grab onto the outer edge of your foot. From here, maybe that knee stays bent, or maybe you extend it out with you. But really gazing back. Imagine that both toes on both feet want to come towards your face. When you're ready to release, bend back through that knee if you had that foot. Inhale the arms up and exhale at your heart. From here, crisscross seated position. Just coming for a crisscross. We're gonna take eagle arms here. So right arm goes underneath, left arm goes on top. You have options here. You can find your palms if that feels accessible. If that feels like it's too much today, you can grab onto your shoulder blades behind you. Give yourself a nice hug. Wherever you choose to be, just breathe into your shoulders, into your body. Notice how this makes you feel. This can be quite an intense stretch, especially if you lift a lot of weights. Taking a couple more breaths. Imagine that your elbows want to come towards the top of your mat to really help you open up here and allow your shoulders to melt away from your ears. When you're ready, we're going to release out of it.
We're gonna switch sides now. So left arm goes underneath and right arm goes on top. Again, maybe you find your palms, maybe you just give yourself a big old hug and grab onto your shoulder blades. Either way, it is perfect. It is what feels right for you. Breathing life into this side. Notice what this is teaching you, what this is telling you here, physically and mentally. One more breath here, fully present for both. Breath in and breath out. From here, we release it out. Maybe give your shoulders some shrugs back and forward. When you're ready, we're gonna extend the legs out in front. We're gonna use the strength of our core to help us lower all the way down to the earth. From here, bring the knees into your heart. And just give yourself a nice hug. Bring your forehead towards your knees and rounding in your spine. From here, you can release your feet back down to the earth. We're gonna find our Shavasana, our final resting pose. You can take traditional Shavasana, just extending your legs and your arms out. I'm going to end in a seated meditation, just so that my voice can travel a little better. But take time here for yourself, take up space, especially if you have it. If you're laying on the earth or even wherever you are, perhaps having your palms up to receive energy. Allow your jaw to relax of any tension. Center to relax, especially if you're scrunching in your face, just letting it soften. Feeling gratitude for the mat beneath us, was present for our journey and giving us a solid foundation for our practice. Thanking your heart for guiding you through and your breath. Maybe here grow a gentle smile here, just feeling that good energy in your face. Feel your body become heavy yet light. Cell inside of you to enjoy of this time of stillness. This time where your body gets to make sense of everything and where you get to spend time with your soul.
It's okay to not know. Sometimes we don't know what we want, what's next, or what we think our lives will look like down the road. And that's okay. If the answer is I don't know, then say it. Say it clearly and be at peace with not knowing. Sometimes the reason we don't know is that what's coming is going to be very different from anything we've experienced before. Even if we knew, we couldn't relate to it because it's that new and that different. It's a surprise. Sometimes the reason we don't know is that it would be too difficult, too confusing for us right now. It would take us out of the present moment, cause us to worry and fuss about how we could control it or what we would have to do to make it happen. Knowing would make us afraid, put us on overload, and take us away from the now. Sometimes our souls know, but it's just not time for our conscious minds to know yet. Sometimes knowing would take us out of the very experience we need to go through to discover the answer we're looking for. And sometimes the process of learning to trust, the process of going through an experience and coming to trust that we will ultimately discover our own truth is more important than knowing. The process of moving from what we don't know to what we are going to learn is a process that can be trusted. It's how we grow and change. It's okay to not know. It's okay to let ourselves move into knowing. The lesson is trusting that we'll know when it's time. You can stay where you are for as long as you desire. I just ask that when it is time to release, you take your time and gently pass through a fetal pose before rising up. Take the opportunity to just thank yourself for showing up, for letting loose, for smiling, for being present, for doing the best you can every day of your life. Just like I thank you for joining me virtually here today. Light in me sees, respects, honors, and loves the light in each of you. Namaste.